Olùkádò
So the big question is, who are you, and what does it mean to be you? I'm not doing about the men today, it's more about the women. So our big issue, our series is on being a woman. Daily I'm inspired by certain persons because of who they've been able to become for themselves, for their families, for their societies. And one way or the other, by the way they talk, by the way they handle problems, they've been able to challenge me beyond my imagination, beyond what I could even comprehend sometimes. And I'm having one of those persons that I absolutely admire. Enobong, Etuk is how she likes to be called. Thank you very much for coming on my program.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And I still love the entire lifestyle that you daily instead of live more.
Wow, thank you.
What inspires you when it comes to clothing or dressing generally?
Okay, so first of all, I look at comfort. I like to be comfortable in my own skin. So if a dress is not comfortable, I'm not going to wear it. Then I look at classic. I like timeless clothes, so I go for the classic pieces.
So anything in vogue?
I'm not into it.
Okay.
And then I go for things that complement my body structure. So I will not wear anything that does not complement my body shape. So comfort, timeless, and
complementary.
Yes, that's my style.
Okay, I had to just begin like that because this is beautiful and I keep clicking likes on them when I see them.
Yeah, absolutely. Interestingly, I think it's like about 4 years ago that 3 to 4 years ago I made the switch. I used to be more of the English person.
Okay.
But then in building my brand, I started looking at the Nigerian collection and what defines us as a people. So I'm very surprised when people tell me they like what I wear, because I'm not actually artistically inclined, but somehow people like what I wear. So
okay,
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yes, it is. Please do take it, all of it, really. Okay, so thank you again for accepting to feature in the series Being a Woman. What does it mean for you?
Being a woman for me is not very complex. I will just go straight to say being a woman for me has been confidence, the ability to allow my dominant person to come out, and you can only do that when you're confident. So being confident has worked for me as a woman. So confidence and my femininity and knowing my inner person, my strength, has really helped my definition of womanhood.
Wow. What gave birth to this confidence? You were not born confident, I'm sure. Maybe. I don't know. How do you work yourself up to a point where you can satisfactorily say that you are a confident person? Confidence in what you wear, in the things you say, in the opinions you hold, the kind of lifestyle that you lead.
Well, how did I arrive here, or how did I walk myself to that place of confidence? I think I will first of all talk about affirmations. And for me, I use the power of affirmation I hold it in very high esteem because it works for me. I affirm myself not outside, I affirm myself inside when people are not there, when I don't have the glare of the public. And before I go to affirmation, I do meditation. So I define myself and then I speak the things, and then I become the things that I speak. So that's actually where my confidence comes from. My confidence is not from the crowd, even though it looks as if, I have a lot of people around me, but I draw strength when I'm alone. That's where I build confidence.
What has your life been like? Let's start from your very younger years. How did it grow up? What kind of upbringing do you have? I'm thrilled by this. I've been interested in your story.
Well, what kind of upbringing did I have growing up? My father was basically, not basically, my father was a school teacher and then a principal. So I was raised in that kind of setting. A primitive life I lived, kind of, because I grew up in the village. But my dad had all kinds of books that he had collected, growing up. So we had a very rich library, which I've inherited.
I see. So that's where the book business comes from.
Yes, we have a very rich library.
So a village girl with lots of books.
Books, yeah.
Interesting.
So growing up, I associated with the books, and I read far ahead of what my contemporaries were reading. I saw different locations before I even traveled. I met with authors, musicians, all sorts of people through those books. So my perspective actually changed, even though I was living in the village, a very typical village in Akwa Ibom.
Okay, which village? That's typical like mine, as interior.
Very typical. It's called Enobong.
Etuk.
Yes, in Etuk local government. We had NEPA light in the year 2000. So when did your village have NEPA light?
We should even ask if we do now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you think yours is interior, you should visit mine. Okay.
So,
wow.
So that's where I kind of grew out from, and then dreaming and imagining the things and the things I wanted to do in life, and affirming my imaginations, visualizing daily, and seeking out how to metamorphose into those things. Yeah, so I don't know whether I've answered your question.
Yes, of course you have. Your perspective is quite clear. Do you think those books have played a very important role in your life? Has it been pivotal to your growth? What's the influence of all those books you read?
I will say 90% of who I am today is actually from those books. It's not from what I read in school.
What kind of books, really? Tell us some pieces, your favorite ones.
Well, I had a lot of the Britannica, so the encyclopedias were all there. Massive dictionaries, books on sexuality, femininity, history, art.
I'm thinking about
fiction.
Fiction too.
Yes.
Okay, those widen your imaginations. Really.
Yes.
I'm thinking of a girl that's growing up in a place that's without books. How can such a girl become a woman of value tomorrow? Is it possible? It's
still very possible. I'll give still maybe 85 to 90%, because visualization, the power of imagination, is actually what you need. So it might not be through books. People find inspiration through other things. It could be, vegetations. People are inspired by birds. People are inspired by different things. I only found my own inspiration through books, but anyone can evolve from anywhere.
You're a married person?
Yes, I am.
How long have you been in marriage?
Proudly 15.
15?
Yes.
How old were you when you married?
I was 27, going 28, and my husband was 29, going 30. Yeah, so now I'm proudly 42, going 43.
You look beautiful for that number.
Thank you once again. So,
how did you choose your husband? What did you look out for? What's your checklist like?
Did I really have a checklist?
Oh,
Maybe like 3 or 4 basic things. Things were very important to me. I was looking for a man who had a vision, a clear vision. I wanted a man who had purpose, who understood his purpose. I wanted a man who will allow me be me in the marriage. And I wanted a man who will support my aspirations.
okay. So my question is, what has helped your marriage to work? You've been in it for 15 years.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3 boys, a 13-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 9-year-old.
Congratulations.
So that's how we roll. Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And so what has helped it work?
Well, I will say the knowledge of the Word of God works. When the man has it, it helps the family because he provides the leadership. And when the woman has respect and decides to follow the leadership for the man that has the vision, then it works. Every other thing is complementary. Communication, loving, acceptability, the ability to listen and know when to do what you need to do. That understanding and respect has really helped our marriage. It has helped us to stay as friends.
What does it mean for a woman to respect her man? What would you do because you respect them? Kill your desires? Kill your opinions? Tell me.
Well, respect for me and my husband, I don't know about other people's husbands, will be listening to what he truly desires, wills, what he wants to achieve, what he wants done, and then helping the processes, articulating those processes and helping those things to be fulfilled. I will give you a clear example. So if a man says, I don't want your bathrobe or your towel on the bed when you finish, dressing up. He does not like it. So what will you do? When you finish having your bath and all of that, before you walk out, sure you will intentionally take the towel from the bed and just hang it and dress up the place and make sure when he comes in, he will like, oh, so she listened. She understands that I don't like it like this. Or for ladies, we like to throw our makeup bags or stuff on the floor. Or even the guy throws his socks on the floor. But, but he truly does not like it there. So if you know that he does not like it, what will you do? Either you get to arrange your bedroom before you step out. So when he comes in, he can see an ordered space. What I'm trying to say is that you respect the fact that he does not like this. And what you do in marriage is to try to make the other person happy. So what do? You arrange the processes to make sure that when he comes in, the things he wants done are done. That's respect.
So what about the things you want done?
Sure, we put it on the table. What do I not like? I will share too.
Okay.
I don't like noise. So my husband suffers because I don't like dick in the bedroom. So he plays his music mostly when I'm out. When I'm there, he will just say, ah! So see, I'm sleeping without music. So that's respect. Ordinarily, he would have turned on the volume. I don't like AC in the bedroom, but he likes AC. So we turn it on, after a while turn it off. If he didn't respect me, he will turn it on the whole night. So shifting grounds for other people to be happy is actually what marriage is all about.
Okay. All right, so let's come out to being a woman that has
It's like
money.
I left you hanging somewhere.
Yeah, it's a little So maybe when I'm married, I will probably understand that.
Those
more.
things. Yeah.
But there are things that really bite hard for me. Okay, once I had a friend who, it didn't matter how you do it, but it just never helped with putting the house in order. Really, he likes a neat place, but he doesn't take the trouble of helping with it. I mean, how do you walk around that? So he could come in, pull his shirt and drop it at this place, his tires some other place, but he doesn't want to see those things. And here you are saying that respect means liking and arranging those things. Okay, so how do you keep doing this? You're human, you could get tired at some point.
You talk to your man, you speak to his person. I don't like the AC on all the time, so you appeal. You say, please, can we turn it on? So even though you're picking up the stuff, you say, Kenneth, can you please make sure you leave your tie where it's supposed to be? You keep saying it. Eventually, it will latch on. Don't forget, I've been married for 15 years.
Okay.
So initially, it was not like that.
Okay.
We could turn it on and the very next minute it's turned off, But, as we grow and you see that this is what this person really, truly is important, you find out that you begin to merge, grounds. But if it's a 1-year marriage, there could be some instabilities with, I don't want it like this, we are quarreling for days and all of that. But after a while, things just fizzle out and people know where they are supposed to be.
Okay. The place of money in a woman's life, I find that's very interesting and important to talk about.
Okay.
I think when a woman has money, she's bolder, she's more confident, but then it's not easy to make money. You've made money.
I don't know about that, so let me not shake my head. I don't know what your definition of money is, so let me leave it
Let's
at
just talk
that.
about money and women. How important is that? Should a woman really have money, or should she just wait for a man?
Nah. No, if you want a clear-cut answer, part of owning your space, part of being a true woman, is holding the substance of money. So money is very important. The woman, the true woman, should have her own money to spend.
Well, how is that possible? The economy seems to be biting hard on almost everything now.
I do not encourage any woman to go into any marriage without having a clear definition of her own goal as a person, her own vision as a person. Then you now go to join with someone else. I will encourage women to have their own goals, their own aspiration in life, and go about pursuing those aspirations consistently, because it is in the consistency of what you're doing that money will come and find you, as long as you're providing value in terms of products and services. Do you understand? Okay. So when you have that consistency over time, you will begin to attract money and you will come into that space, that circle of money. But I see a lot of women go into marriage, their own vision is just to get married. They don't have their own personal vision. Let me tell you the truth. The vision, my own vision of my own self, I developed it in the university, and I have not truly deviated from those visions. I will give you a clear-cut example. When I was a single girl in the university, I told myself, I'm talking about my personal vision, that I will keep a certain weight when I'm married, and when I've had children, I will maintain a particular body weight. I'll be a particular body size, and these are the things I'll be doing as a woman in terms of work and business. And that's truly the life I'm living, I've been, I will not mention the weight, but I've been a particular body size for almost a decade.
I think I've known you about that time and you still think like this.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm feeling bad.
No, don't feel bad. Just sit down and realign your vision. I do not encourage when you go into marriage without any personal vision, you will weigh down the man. All your hope is on the man. And you weary the man. The man also wants to come there with something on the table. I'm sorry if I'm being too deep, but...
No, but that's actually what we want.
Okay, so put something on the table. Inspire the man. That's why most men also, they can't find anything to latch on after sex. So there's nothing inspiring to talk about when they come back from work. So you need to keep evolving, go through your own growth process as a person, as a woman. Keep evolving. Keep bringing new things to the table. That is what keeps men. Men are easily bored. And that is the gospel truth. That is just the gospel truth. So, in the process of evolution over time, you will find money. And if you know how to multiply money, because money has its own chemistry, you will retain money and the man will respect you for it because he has seen you go through the motions.
Okay, thank you so much. How you can run a thought or two on those things. Your most memorable moments as a woman now.
Well, my most memorable moment as a woman has been, first, it will be starting up my own company as a single girl. That was a milestone for me. As at that time, buying my first car as a single girl was also a moment for me. Burying my father, my first boyfriend, was a moment for me.
Next for you.
What's next for me? I would say building legacies. I have 3 boys and I'm over 40. So I'm looking at building legacies that will outlive me. Building a good name that my children can latch on. Impacting on my community.
Is there particular projects that you're
Evolving right now?
Okay.
In fact, 2020 is a very solid year. I already have, I will say tools, vehicles, but I need to firm them up. Yes, I'll need to firm them up.
Thank you very much.